Why most beginners lose money in options trading and how to avoid it. What if I told you that over 80% of options traders lose money? Not because they're dumb, not because they didn't try hard enough, but because they were taught the wrong game. They're chasing fast profits in a market designed to reward discipline, patience, and strategy. In this video, I'm going to break down the real reasons beginners lose money, the hidden traps nobody warns you about, and most importantly, how to avoid becoming part of that statistics.